Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Speed Champions Polybag McLaren Formula 1 car. This is set number 30683. It has 58 pieces and I paid $5 for this set. So this is a version of one of the Speed Champions cars that released in 2024 in, what was that, March maybe, or March, I think. But I always liked in the past when they did a Speed Champion and they did like a Polybag version of it. They did kind of the play scale or just the kind of the normal model, and I love the Speed Champions line of products, and so I have generally enjoyed the Polybag version of stuff, and I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. Something I say as I love being able to compare different scale of the same kind of build or same kind of model or Lego set, and so I've already built this in the kind of full-size Speed Champion version, and so I want to see what it looks like here and then be able to compare and contrast those these two sets. So that's really exciting for me. I also think it looks neat to display them together and everything else. So this is something that I really was excited for, and in this video I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the quick build for this Lego Speed Champions Polybag for the McLaren Formula 1 race car, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and then to remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That stuff helps me a lot. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. And now on to my review for this set. Okay, so this is the Lego Speed Champions McLaren Formula 1 car Polybag set. This is pretty cool. It has stickers in it, even though it is a polybag, which I think is somewhat rare, but I think for Speed Champions, I think I have other Speed Champions polybags that also came with stickers. So we do have these very tiny sticker sheet here. It came in one of the little boxes that they occasionally will put a rubber band in, or a cape, or a cloth piece, or other stuff. They have these little boxes in, and that's okay. So I'll point out the stickers right away. There's no minifigures, so it's a polybag. It's a Speed Champions polybag. It's not minifig scale. It's pretty small, and so that's that. So there's a sticker on the back here that says McLaren. This is a sticker here which has the McLaren kind of, or I think that's, what is that supposed to be? I can't tell what that is supposed to be on there. I know it says like 60. Did I put it on right? Yeah, what even is that? I don't know. There's this black mark up here is like some logo or emblem or something. And then we have the 60. We have kind of the arrows, the McLaren logo down here, which is good. And then there's a sticker over here, kind of on the fin or the wing element there at the back, has the McLaren logo. Same on the other side. So 4 stickers. They're pretty small, not too bad to put on or anything like that. And then besides the stickers, we have this vehicle, and I have the big fuller size Speed Champions nearby, but this is the Formula 1 McLaren car. So overall, I think the colors are pretty good. It feels to me like there's maybe the blue and the orange isn't like balanced out exceptionally well. There's really only a little bit of blue pieces here, those kind of angled plates in there, which makes sense. And then there's some blue on the sticker up at the nose. The other one, the full model I'll show in a little bit, didn't have a ton of blue, but it had a little bit more, I think. And because this is so scaled down, I guess they did all right with what they could do for the kind of color blocking and color matching of this. I think the shape is pretty good. You know, we have the kind of the spoiler or the wing on the back feels about right. We have, I don't know what this portion of a Formula One is called, but like right behind the kind of seat, the seat area feels about fine. I like the use of this kind of horn piece, which I think is initially was maybe used as an accessory for like a helmet or something, but this might be recolored in orange. That I'm not positive about that. It seems like it might be a recolor to me, which is kind of nice. So that's clipped on there kind of to mimic sort of an area there. I think this angle is pretty good. This angle is okay. Not terrific. It is pretty flat, but that feels authentic to the vehicle. And then, the pieces for the axle are okay. I don't think these are new wheels or anything, but they are like, slick wheels. I think those are what a lot of the other Speed Champions polybags use. And then kind of up at the front, this feels about right as well. Not as detailed, but the shaping feels okay. I think this is pretty recognizable as a Formula One car and as a McLaren Formula One car, which is cool. And it's sort of in that form factor that feels kind of like a Matchbox car, kind of like maybe a Hot Wheels or something like that. And I know people really, really like those. This feels somewhat similar to me. It's not metal, but it is Lego, and there's a whole build to it, and that's pretty cool. Overall, I think the shaping is pretty good, and I think they did a good job. This isn't always the kind of comparison or the refactoring or the kind of doing of the same model from the minifigure scale model to another one to this scale is always kind of interesting. And I think any like kind of compromises they made aren't that noticeable, aren't that bad. They do make use of this new kind of 1x2 tile, but the angled version there, which is similar to like this slope piece, but just flat, which is a relatively new piece that several of the new Speed Champions for this year used. And so that's nice to see that there. I think this is a recolor, but I'm not positive. Other than that, this is all kind of standard stuff, but it looks pretty good. And there's some building that happens on like 1x3 hollow studs in here and this way. Some nice use of some jumpers in here to kind of get that looking like rather slim there, which is nice. So overall, I think they did a good job. You may have seen there's some mold marks here. I could probably flip these pieces around, the gray tile there and this 1x3. I could flip that around so I don't see that mold mark. I'd rather not have to do that, so I wish Lego didn't have pieces that had such obvious mold marks on them. This one's, other than that, 1x3 is pretty significant, but that's kind of a complaint that seems I make on any set generally, so that's okay. And then I did want to compare this to the other one, so let me grab that. Here is the full-sized version of this vehicle, and mostly of like what the blue I'm talking about. So I think they nailed like the stuff down here, but this one has a little bit of blue up top. It has a little more blue in the back, kind of in there at the front, and a lot of that's kind of superficial, I guess. They also have it on the wheels. There's like little moments of blue, just a little bit in there, and so it does feel like it has more of a presence in this one that is kind of lacking in this one. I don't think there's a really great way to get a pop of blue in here or on here. Up here there's maybe a way to kind of get it kind of on this part, but I'm not positive, or if they would have done it on the sticker a little differently, maybe they could have done it. But you know, the color when I'm holding these next to each other feels about right. As far as the shaping goes, I think they're pretty close. This kind of flexible tube piece here at the kind of front of the seat is what those horn pieces are used. I think that's a nice piece usage there, which is pretty cool. And you know, this one has a lot more angularity to it and a lot more like fluid kind of lines that go through it. This one's a little bit squared off because of how flat this is here. It just doesn't have the kind of height changes, depth changes. This angle is not as like smooth as this one. It's a little more sharp. But like this part here feels very similar to this part here, and even the kind of angled plate they used on the bottom feels very similar to what they did with these kind of pieces here there with the DeWalt stickers on them. And so that feels pretty good. Going to the rear, you know, this has a kind of a plate here that's just got these studs in the middle, so it's a 3x4, but it has only 4 studs in the middle, and that does make it look a little squarer there. And I wonder, they probably could have done this as just a 2x4 plate and then put a 1x2 like translucent like they did right here and right here, and maybe that would have looked a little better because these wouldn't stick out as much. But if you did that, yeah, I'm not sure if you could make that work, but you know, it's kind of squared off here. That's not that big of an issue. The big one has a lot more detail, has a lot more stickers, but I think they did a pretty good job capturing the essence here. So that's I would say that's a success overall. I think this is pretty cool, and I like to have these next to each other. It feels really neat to me, and I loved this model. I thought this model was done very well, and I think the Speed Champions version is done pretty well as well. So I like having these together, and I've liked a lot of the other Speed Champion polybags I've looked at, whether it's I think there was the there was one for the Lamborghini like Huracan or whatever. That was actually kind of a tough one for me to find, but I was able to build it and talk about it on the channel, and I think I have a couple of those. I think I have at least one of every Speed Champions polybag kind of in my collection that I didn't build, but then I also built them, so I try to get duplicates of those because I just really like these. I think they're super cool, great little toy, super accessible. To me is better than some other polybags. But sometimes the ones that come with minifigures are better for play. Sometimes ones like this I feel like I'm more into, or even like the Star Wars kind of micro models or anything like that I might like, but I'm not so sure. I think this one's really good, and I think they did a pretty good job capturing the kind of overall essence here, which is, I think, a job well done. So that's pretty great to see overall. I don't know if they're doing any more of this release of Speed Champions in the polybag format. That would be like the BMW 2-pack, the Dark Horse Mustang, or the Audi like R8 Quattro or something like that. I can't remember what that one was, but they might not. Maybe they only really do like one Speed Champions polybag. This one's pretty fun, pretty cute. I like it. I'll show the extra pieces. You do get some. They are all orange. Get an extra of the kind of corner rounded tile, just a round tile, and an extra of that horn piece there. And that's all the extra pieces. Good to get those. This set is 58 pieces, and it retails for $5. You know, $5 is the kind of general price of polybags. I feel like in the past, when I was trying to hunt down like that Lamborghini Huracan polybag, I think for some of them I might have paid more than $5 because they had retired by then and they were just in a little more scarce supply. And 58 pieces for $5 doesn't feel great. I'd probably like this if it was cheaper, but it also, I don't see them being cheaper. I mean, I think polybags used to be cheaper in the $3-4 range. $5 is what they've been at for a good while now, and this feels about on par. Although, like, comparing this to like the Maples Pumpkin Garden, that this has more pieces. That one has the Maple Animal Crossing minifigure. That one had bigger pieces. So those are kind of hard to say like which one's better. But for people who are car fans and Speed Champions fans, I think this is a worthy addition to the lineup. As far as how it relates from a price and value perspective compared to other polybags that are releasing at the same time, I don't know if it's exactly fair. I paid $5 for this and I bought several of them. I was happy with that price, or I'm just accustomed to that price. If it was cheaper, it'd be better. If they have an abundance of these, maybe they would go on sale. I don't know for sure, but this feels good to me. It feels like similar value to like a Star Wars, mini builds, maybe like that X-Wing that came out a while ago, or there was a mini build. I think there's a mini build of like a, what was that clone vehicle that's called like the ATTA? It's tan, rounded. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not an AT-AT or an AT-AT or an, I don't know. It's from the prequels, but that'll be for a different video, and then I will know what that's called. But I think this is kind of comparable to those, and that feels fine to me. So no minifigure. The Animal Crossing one, you get a minifigure. The Friends one, you get a minifigure. Actually, there's a Marvel one that's got Venom, and you do get the minifigure and a little build for a vehicle, which, I think that's okay. That vehicle build might not be as interesting as this. The Venom minifigures are not especially valuable or rare or, super specially produced. A lot of them just have black legs and stuff like that. So it's not too much value add. So I all that's to say, I think $5 is fair for this. And with the price of the full scale models, or like the Speed Champion scale models, going up regularly so far, and now this is like $27 or something, and this is $5, that feels this feels pretty good compared to that. Even though I felt like these Speed Champions were going to feel very overpriced because I've been used to paying $20 or $25 for them. But I was so impressed by this model, the Dark Horse, and the BMWs and the Audi, that I sort of feel like the price, the $27, might have been okay, but $5 feels pretty good for this as well. So that's very fun. I like it. That's longer than I figured I would talk about this for a polybag, but so be it. But I like this. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more polybags, more Speed Champions, tons of other LEGO sets from all different themes, all different shape, size, price point, piece count, old, new, big, small, 4+ sets, 18+ sets, everything in between. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming videos. If we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so I appreciate all the help. It means a lot to me. I would love to get there. That's a huge milestone. And so if you're not subscribed, maybe consider doing it. Also, if you would like to support this channel and support my videos here, you can do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I still have the Patreon. It's in the video description. It's on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks, and maybe consider checking that stuff out. It does help me a lot, and going forward, hopefully will allow me to do this in a different capacity, change up my setup, keep improving the camera, the editing, my delivery, maybe becoming more concise in my thoughts and my speech rather, and all that stuff. So if you're interested in the Patreon or the membership on YouTube, maybe consider checking it out. It means a lot to me, so thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks, bye.